Welcome to the Astoria Film Festival virtual step and repeat interviews.
What's going on? This is Brendan. I made Poleski, and today I'm going to talk about my film and answer some questions about it that the Astoria Film Festival asked. And yeah. All right, so the first question is, can you tell us how you came up with this idea to create this work? So I came up with the idea to do a movie on David and sort of tell his story through just knowing about him. My friend Jack he had been a bus driver when he was younger, and I always thought he was a really cool, fascinating individual. And I liked the message of what sort of his story said about being an artist and what the responsibilities are of an artist and how people can create art even when it's not their career, and how that can um, sort of manifest later in life as well. And so I decided to tell his story because I felt like a lot of people need to hear that, especially young artists and stuff. It's so easy to get discouraged and think that if you don't make it per se, or find a career in the industry or in any industry, that that's sort of your only pathway towards creating stuff and being a creative person. And I think, David is sort of a example of just continuing making things for the sake of art and good things happening because of that. So the second question is, can you tell us about the filming process? Was it planned? Did it have an impact on you personally? Yeah, so filming it was really fun, just getting to hang out with David. I ask him questions about anytime I'm doing a project, getting his take on it, because, we're friends, and I respect him as a creative person and as a creative individual. So it was cool just hanging out with him and talking with him. It was right before I went off for my freshman year of college, so he gave me a lot of advice about that. In terms of the actual filming process, we just sort of went over to his house to film the interview portion and get some B-roll. And in terms of how we did that, we sort of asked him a pre-interview ahead of time to get a sense of the narrative, and then sort of crafted a script in terms of what questions we wanted to ask, in terms of the content that we wanted to get, that we thought we'd need to tell the story. And then, in terms of supplementary material and a lot of the visuals that are played in the background, David had a lot of like a really, big collection of stuff that we could use, which was really helpful. He's not only an artist in the visual and sort of the sculpture arts, but he does a lot of different kinds that manifested in ways that we could use to sort of create sort of a tone and imagery. So what are you working on now? Any new films? It's the fourth question. Yes, yeah, I just did a short film. I mostly do narrative stuff. This Poleski is sort of a exception, being that it's a documentary. But I just shot my first film on 16 millimeter on film, and it's a big project that I was working on. I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of the idea of doing all these films. You submit to all these film festivals, but at the end of the day, like, you still get the label of, oh, this is really good for your age. This is really good for being 19. And so I'd love to get to a point in the next couple of years where I can make a film that's not, oh, this is really good for being a young person, but wow, this is just a really good film. This is just really professionally made. And so I'm trying to do that with this new one. We raised money for the first time, did a Kickstarter, and so yeah, that'll be available on my website eventually, and stuff, which, all my films and stuff are up there, including Poleski. But that's currently what I'm working on. And then, because of the coronavirus, a lot of time to write, doing like, spec scripts and stuff, and just trying to stay creative and make things every day, because, besides work, I have a lot of free time to do that and to do writing. So lots of scripts is what I'm working on now. Okay, number 5. How did your love for movies get sparked, and what can we as a community do to help others discover a similar pleasure? That's a great question. I don't know. It's sort of always something that I've done or always been interested in doing. It's a very weird thing for me because, I try a lot of other artistic things like acting and drawing and writing narrative stuff and doing performance art and trying all those things with the idea of, oh wow, hopefully I can find something I really enjoy doing. And film's always just been the thing that is like the composite art. It's something where you get to do everything. You get to incorporate elements of design and acting and music and all of the above, and you can kind of incorporate all your passions. So as much to me as other artistic mediums are interesting and cool ways of expressing yourself and making dope shit, like film is very much a way where you can take everything you like doing and put it into one piece that can be expressive of who you are, what you're trying to say. Any other comment you would like to add? Well, yeah, I don't know where this interview is gonna go per se, or who's gonna see it, but I assume if people are watching this, then they've seen the documentary, and I hope you enjoy that film, Poleski. I think it's pretty cool. He's a really interesting individual, and I think he's a really inspiring person to me and a really an artistic hero of mine, David. So I hope you enjoy that, and then yeah, if you want to check out my other stuff, so I got a website. You can look up BrendanHickeyMovies.com to just find my other stuff. I do like video essays and shorts and stuff also. Just trying to make stuff, I guess. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, check that out. And yeah, I don't know really what else to say, but thank you to the Astoria Film Festival for letting me talk about the movie and giving me the opportunity to screen my work. I always really appreciate it. Getting the word out there, and it's a really cool festival you guys are doing, and it's always amazing when places give young artists the opportunity to show their work and to get it out there to a wider audience. So thanks so much, and stay safe.